I think that I'm officially an old man. And I say that because I have been trying new mouse pads all year round. This is the Odin Andromeda Pro that we're going to get into a review of real quick. But you're going to see this video evolve before your eyes because I've been using this mouse pad for the better part of a month. And the actual construction of the mouse pad is really, really nice. This is one of the best feeling mouse pads, but literally feeling tangible in the hand that I have used in a long time. But I've realized that I really only like to use two mouse pads, and we'll talk about those a little bit later on in the video. But let's talk about the Andromeda Pro for a second. And what's different about this mouse pad compared to the previous Andromeda? It still does have that nice velvety feeling surface, and it is ultra smooth, and it is supposed to give you a little bit more control. I don't think that this is controlled enough for me to want to play tac shooters on. You can play, some Call of Duty and this and that, and you can kind of dig into the pad a little, but like there's definitely some room, but it is a pretty firm pad as well. And it is nice and thick and plush. It is very comfortable to use, especially because of that velvety texture surface. My aim while using this pad is a completely different story because your mouse basically feels like it's hovering on the pad. And I don't really feel like I have the lateral amount of stopping power that I would really like to have, like just me like spinning this in a circle. Like I feel like it takes a little bit more effort for me to stop than I would like it to. My performance on it is just not where I would want it to be. It's not as consistent. The base is quite nice. Like this base, honestly, on your desk, you're not really gonna be sliding this thing around hardly at all. Like, yeah, I can pick it up and like pull it, but that's not practical. When you have your arm on it and you accidentally like just kind of pull down, this mouse pad is not gonna be going anywhere. The edges, the stitched edges are really high quality as well. And everything concerning the build quality about this mouse pad is really nice. The pour on base, the stitch edges, the actual feel of the texture of the mouse pad. But it's just kind of confusing because I don't really know what I would use this mouse pad for, because I feel like even for office work, it might be a little fast, but maybe that's just my reflexes slowing down over time because like I said, I'm becoming an old man. Now, the two pads that I actually like to use nowadays toward the 5, 6, 7 year PC journey that I have been on at this point, what mouse pads do I actually like to use? I present to you option number one, the Artisan Hayate Otsu. This is one of my favorite control pads if I need a little bit more control than I do speed, because the Hayate Otsu has like this really weird texture that after YouTube compression, you probably won't be able to see the like texture that's weaved into this, but it's kind of like a triangle pattern and it's quite nice. I like it quite a bit. At first, I got this pad years ago and I really just didn't use it that much. And I kind of thought it was overrated, but I didn't get rid of it. I didn't sell it. I have bought an Artisan Hien as well. That one is kind of overrated. Yeah, the Hayate Otsu is definitely the one pad from Artisan that I would say is 100% worth the money if you are going to worry about importing a mouse pad from Japan. But moving on from the Hayate Otsu, let's say that I want something that has a little bit more speed, but still a pretty similar level of control, and also something that you really don't have to worry about importing at all, and just having a really nice high quality feeling mouse pad that comes in more than one color as well. Because this is nice, don't get me wrong, but I mean, this is only going to go with all but the most basic of desk themes. All right, so this is the Odin Infinity V2. This is the huge one. So, you got the double wide joint that goes across your entire desk, more so like a desk pad. And guys, I absolutely love this mouse pad even years later after it's come out. And I've just kind of ended up settling on this and the Hayate Otsu. I kind of switch between the two just depending on if I feel like I need a little bit more speed or if I feel like I need a little bit more control. My time split between the two is probably like 60% Hayate Otsu, 40% this pad. The Andromeda, I'm sorry, it's just, in my opinion, not good enough for me to want to switch to it from the Infinity V2. Probably because Odin set the bar too high, where the Infinity V2 was literally just that good. I've been using this thing for years since it came out, and the zero gravity was my jam for a long time. I haven't even touched one of those pads in a while. I probably should revisit it one of these days, but I just kind of haven't because the Infinity V2 is just so good. 40% on this one because I just have it at another setup and I spend more time at this one where I usually have the How to O2. But I think I'm actually gonna buy another Infinity V2 that is just the square size because I like using my my hand on my desk just because it's a little cooler than the mouse pad. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get an Infinity V2 that's just in the normal square version. And I don't know if I've ever bought one. I have a lot of the desk pads, but I don't have the square one. One thing I would like to see though is the pour-on base from the Andromeda Pro make it to the Infinity V2, or dare I say Infinity V3. That I would love to see. That would be a very welcome change. The Andromeda Pro is a nice mouse pad, especially in terms of quality, and you may have a different experience using it than I do. But at this point, I've been PC gaming for a long time, and my favorite pads are the two that I named, and that's literally all I have been using this entire year. If you would have asked me 12 months ago what mouse pads I was using, it would have just been the Infinity V2 at like a 90% time frame of what I was using. But now I would say it's more closely to evenly split between the Hayate O2 and the Infinity V2. And unfortunately, the Andromeda Pro, it just did not make the cut for me.